in September of 2022, a little tech company introduced a new computer application called ChatGPT and introduced millions of Americans to the artificial intelligence revolution. Now, suddenly, Maryland politicians realized that AI had a voracious appetite for electric energy and that energy solutions demands and the generation of new energy sources. Stacey, Governor Moore wants 100% clean energy environment by 2035, but according to a report presented to the General Assembly, the regional electric grid is inadequate and energy production can't meet the demands of data centers and other applications. What's the General Assembly and Governor Moore going to do?
I think they're in for a big jolt. From what I read, before long, the state will be incapable of meeting its electricity demands, and we will need to import 70% of our electricity from out of state to meet the grid capacity. Good luck managing that during peak times, meaning Maryland could suffer from rolling blackouts. Which shouldn't surprise us since Maryland is the political mirror image of California on the East Coast. And look how well those climate change initiatives are working out there. The progressives were fiddling, while large swaths of Los Angeles were burned to the ground. Our politicians in the Maryland State Legislature and the County Council got all wrapped up in the political zeitgeist of climate change, which we are now coming to see as an esoteric wish list with little or nothing to do with good governance. I think people want their government to provide for personal safety and protection of their personal property, and they want good schools and safe streets. That's government's #1 job. But this idea that we can be a 100% clean energy state by 2035 is not only preposterous, but it's dangerous, I think. And it's one of the reasons that the economic metrics are not only bad in Montgomery County, but across the state. So, like, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, people start electing Republicans.
Well, I was surprised back in September of last year when it was announced that the 3 Mile Island nuclear facility was being sold to a single, I think it was Amazon that bought it. I can't remember if it was Amazon or which tech company was buying it, because they wanted a sole source of energy production. I mean, just think about the demands that the data centers and our artificial intelligence are going to have on our state and our country. But Cary, I'm worried that we've become a nation of complainers. We don't recognize the importance that electric generation has improved our lives. And recently there were public protests in Baltimore, Cary, Frederick counties of a proposed high voltage transmission line that would connect the Pennsylvania nuclear reactor to a data center in Northern Virginia. You know, are people going to stop complaining and realize we need to start building things again in America?
Well, we should be complaining, Casey. I mean, the reality is we are purchasing 40% of all of our electrical current today from out of state. We're not producing it. And secondly, wind generation, hydraulic, solar, it's just not cutting the mustard. It's not doing it. You know, we're doing what we always do. We're ignoring our infrastructure we have for years, and now we're paying the price. People want to have hot tubs in their house. They want to have electric vehicle charging station. You know, they want to have, high-speed computers. But guess what? It takes electricity. And if we're not willing to look, the future is modular, electrical, nuclear generation. We need to get to that, and we need to get to that soon. But that's 8 to 10 years away. Again, where are our priorities? What's our strategy?
Well, I mean, it seems that, the General Assembly is going to chase its tail like a cat trying to figure this out. Stacey, any final thoughts on this?
Oh, I couldn't agree with Cary more. I think that the future is going to be in nuclear. And as he was just saying about the modular units, that we can have these much smaller, more efficient nuclear units instead of like the 3 Mile Island, and then they would be able to service a smaller area, or even maybe in particular, some of these large AI facilities. So, and he's correct, it's going to take a little bit of time, but, and also to his point about strategy, that we really definitely need to be developing an alternate strategy to what they're currently doing if we're going to try to meet these demands.
Let's it's an intractable problem, because I don't think our General Assembly is attuned to the demands that everybody has. We all love our phones. We love our devices. They eat a lot of electricity.